Hi guys, oh my god. It's awesome to have you back. This is the Who.
Told
You.
Nani alikushow?
Manzetu Muamis, and we are back like Mugongo,
Yes.
as Sops will say it. So anyway, excited to see you guys. It's another episode. And Manze, today is hot fire. Okay, still can't hot fire, but it's another opportunity for us to have a very good conversation. Tell your neighbor conversation.
conversation.
Anyway, how you guys doing?
You know, you can actually call it mahojiano.
But what?
Mahojiano.
Hizo ni
Sops
gani?
ajelewa mahojiano.
The good thing is Jemima also didn't understand. So you
In this
can put
together.
it on me.
But anyway,
together.
that's why we are here. There's a good balance here. It's me and Api from heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. Jerusalem.
But anyway, don't worry, you guys will learn Kiswahili as we
That's
go
why
along.
you're here.
Thank you.
That's why we're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So we want to have a conversation today. And ushaikumbuka nilikuwa naambiwa statement fulani that if you go in an office, unaona vile mnakonga meka alafu naambia guys go serve tea. So now if the past serve wow.
Wow.
Take a minute.
Let's start again.
Okay.
So if the first person amue na biscuit moja ama na keki moja, kila mtu feels the necessity to take.
One.
One.
So kwa nini? Because iko tu like bro nikichukua 5 nimechoma. Na hapo
Look like I'm so greedy.
But anyway, so the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes we fall into certain pressures because of the people around us, or the community around us, those who have gone ahead of us. And so now, still in the conversation of identity, because we've been talking about identity, and now we want to look at the role of community in terms of identity. Like, what is the impact? What does community do to you guys?
Tuanze na game kwanza.
Ati?
Si tunafaa tuanze na game.
Wa pole. Wow.
Anyways.
Na tujasema majina.
Jaman.
Because wanatujua. Ai.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, we need to say the names that they can put that tiny thing.
So Ups, Carls, Sops, Jemima.
Nabo. That's not what's going on. Let me take it. Soaps, Carls, memes,
Apps wa maju.
All right.
Okay.
So now, which game are we playing?
So we're gonna play this game. The game we're playing is one person is going to start. You say one word, and it has to flow. Like it has to make sense, and it has to be grammatically correct.
Keyword, grammatical.
Grammatically correct.
Acha nianzie hapa.
Nianzie hapa.
Chenzi hapa.
Na in English.
Ai.
Okay, let's go.
Sawa. I
Went
to
Town.
to
shop
excitedly.
Then.
one.
thief.
Jumped.
On.
My.
Car.
Oh.
That.
Oh, we have a... yes.
That.
Flat.
Benz.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
We
that
said-
flat bend.
We said
Yeah.
Siko sawa.
on that.
Flat.
No, you didn't say.
No, what did you say?
I said on
You
that
That
flat.
bend.
Benz.
They
But-
jumped on
okay,
that flat
okay,
bend.
it's fine. The Benz was flat. You didn't say it's real.
How?
So
No,
that
but
flat.
the Benz was flat.
It's okay.
Okay.
Flat Benz.
Benz.
Because
It.
Was.
Blue. Okay, pink. Pink.
the eyes were eyeing.
Yeah, nimeona wait.
And then, because are 2 words.
Yeah.
Pink. Because.
Siweke full stop.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, full stop. Sorry.
Caleb.
Yeah, was.
Not
Making
Any.
Sense.
because
yesterday.
Caleb.
Slept.
outrageously.
Late.
Yeah. Caleb.
Comma.
We're now entering into parentheses.
Parenthesis. Sawa,
Yeah.
sawa. So, okay. Comma in quotes.
No.
Let
Himself.
Sleep.
end quote.
End quote.
Full stop.
Mrs. Ombuna.
Hey.
Exactly. I like where it's going.
Mrs. Ombuna.
Is
Apparently.
Not.
Hey.
Caleb's.
hey friend.
I really want to say a long line,
Hey. Acha seme ishi
which I
hapo.
find disturbing.
Aya,
Wacha ishi alama za dukuduku. So if you're at home watching, tafadhali endelea. So what is it with Caleb and Mrs. Sombona?
okay.
I want you to get to the fact that Caleb actually has a wife, and he didn't tell us that he has a wife. Yeah, that's
Oh,
how.
Caleb in the Bible. Oh yeah, he
No,
actually had a wife.
it's him.
But he's Carl's, not Caleb.
May I have a wife?
his spiritual name is Caleb.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
my
speaking prophetically. Receive it.
Amen. Same amen. Okay, let's
Okay,
get
ni
back.
cut down after.
Nyuma ya tent,
Najua
nyuma ya
niko
tent.
kwa ID.
Anyway, as I was saying, today we have a conversation in terms of the role of community. So we want to focus in terms of in your own story, in terms when you've been talking about identity, what was the impact of community on your own story? Like and let's start with the negative impact. Let's start from there. So let's hear it from Mims.
Hey, umeniangalia sana. But anyways, me, okay, that's not grammatically correct. I went to 12 schools growing up.
12.
12 schools.
What schools?
12 schools. 12 schools. That's, yeah, so 12 schools. And in all those 12 schools, they were in different, like everyone was different. Okay, obviously. But it figured a point. Then, like, first I used to judge people a lot. Then I never used to have many friends. So then the people I was around, the people I surrounded myself with also, like, you're trying to be with the cool kids because I never knew how to make friendships last because I was always moving. Like, one time here, you've moved, one time here, you've moved. So it figured a point, now you're doing what they're doing to fit in. If they're skipping classes, we'd skip classes together. If they're lying to their parents, I'd lie to my mom, I'm sorry. But I'd lie to my mom, I'm sorry.
One thing about this podcast, the parents are getting to know a lot of things.
So yeah, so I think negatively, even though it was nice to interact with many people, I let them influence my behavior and my character. Coming from a place where my mom raised me in first very Christian standards, in a place where lying wasn't acceptable, you can't skip classes. Like, you had to be the perfect student, for example. So even though my grades didn't drop, I just had a bad reputation with teachers because even though you say show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. So the people I surrounded myself with ended up like having a ripple effect on me, basically.
All right. Soaps.
I think also my experiences were from school. And I think it was not necessarily that the place I was in was a negative environment, but it was that I was not able to be assertive in who I am. So, for example, when I moved, I won't say the names of the schools, but I was in an 844 school for a year, and then I moved to the other system. So when I was in 844, I had friends who...
Other system, CBC,
I didn't mean Peter, but I thought you were continuing.
Okay, British system.
Oh, okay.
So when I was
Babylonian
in...
system.
So when I was in 844, I would find that I was around people who were really, really smart, and they would...
British weren't smart.
Bro, let me land.
Sorry.
And they were getting good grades and stuff, but they were not really studying much. They're not really putting in their work. So I felt like, okay, let me join this crowd. So every Friday we used to have math after games. I don't know what kind of torture that was, but we used to have math after games. And then those guys used to scarf that class, and they just used to be in the toilet or somewhere
But what was it about toilets?
It was a safe
real.
space.
Like,
It was a safe space.
Sana sana za high school.
like inatupa lakini wasome piga tu kambi kwa choo.
Napo ndo stories zinashika.
Like, did you guys in your high school used to remove sweaters before you enter the washroom?
No.
Wow. Hey. Apinyi mluka usidanganya
I'll
hapi.
tell you after.
Mimi
I'll explain. So
Temengi utafika, wacha soap salon.
Yeah, so they would Skype, and I would Skype with them. And then I remember the one subject that really used to torment me was geography. I'm asking these guys, what did you get in geography? What did you get in geography? Oh, I really failed. I had an A minus. I had a B. Bro, my geo grades, if I did the paper, if I didn't do the paper, there's no difference. Like, that's how badly I've done in my grades. So that was one negative, like, impact. And then I switched systems and I went to the British system. And then...
Okay, ameshikilia kicheko.
And then the school I was in was predominantly Islam. Like, most of the people there were Islam. And then I was like, maybe because I would take such an interest to the things that they're doing. Oh, so you need to go do Urdu and do this and that. And I'm like, bro, this looks like fun. Christianity, it's about the state of your heart. You can do whatever you like. You can show everybody how to rap. But bro, this guy could be talking to the teacher in a most disrespectful way, but as long as they wash their hands in their ears, they're good. I was like, what? Maybe this is where I need to be. But okay, thank God. But yeah, that was the negative influence that I had over me.
All right.
Over to you, Absomaju. But see, that's me. That's
Okay,
me.
okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's me. See, kwanza, yes, si tukienda class, we had to remove our sweaters. I mean, tukienda washrooms, we had to remove our sweaters. Sophie, because
Sophie, I said we'll meet me after this. Let's meet behind the tent.
Like,
I will tell you.
unajua washrooms ilikuwa nikaa kuingia kwa palace.
Yeah, so
To show respect, you have to.
like honor.
Toilet. Are you guys lying to me?
No, we're not lying.
Let's go on.
It's to
lying.
show
No, you're not
respect.
Yeah, it's honor.
Hey.
To the toilet.
Jemima will tell you.
Change of garments.
Yeah,
Let's
but
just go on.
in regards to what we are talking about, I think community also affected me. Okay, now that we're talking about negative influence, it affected me because let me start from high school, from primary, so that you see the sequence until what I was telling you guys, Kitambo. So when I was in primary, we had this group of people who, our school had this thing called Fun Day, you see, and we used to go to school every Saturday.
One day was like funky.
It's like funky but for primary. It's the last day of school for every semester. So watu wamekuja hapo wamepiga look. Umepewa pressure.
Home clothes.
Tunajua hizo siku people are looking up to, we had not yet seen the light. So we were looking up to those secular artists. Kuja
Maskini jeans.
uko class 8 uko Timberland umetoa wapi? Ya brown umetoa wapi? Unatupea pressure sisi tuko na nini? Converse. Hadi ile belt ya nini? Ile ya shine. Mko nazo. Now you're just 14 years. So you're going to pay pressure because all of a sudden the girls want to hang out with them. Unajua hata mimi nataka kuhanga nao madem.
Uko na kala.
Mimi niko inakuwa ngumu. So niko naangalia, so you guys are shining on one day of the semester. I can shine the whole semester.
Timberland killers.
Hadi si Timberland. I tried reading ilinishinda. Yeah, I wanted to look for something that is attract attention the girls. Oh, let's go to AP. He can help us with science. Science pia mimi nataka usaidizi. Yeah, sana map work. Yeah.
Science.
Yeah, social studies. Yeah, so
Science ilikuwa na map work.
Social
Social
studies.
studies.
so you see now I'm struggling on both ends. Kasema acha pick struggle yangu. Mimi pia nikaenda nikatafuta look. And I'm trying to fit in with these people. At the end of the day, haiku work. Walikuwa shaji establish kitambo, and the girls went with them. Tumemaliza sasa nini?
The girls went is
The girls
crazy.
went with them. So tumemaliza primary, and now we are in high school. I'm also trying to be cool, trying to hang around the cool guys. So when I entered Form 1, I'm now hanging out with the big people. Form 4, I've established a friendship with them so that Form 1 and hang na Form 4 aje.
Ogopa.
Aje.
Ogopa.
But for the good thing about for high school, it worked. You see, so I ended up establishing a name for myself. You see, so coming now to Inda, mimi nimezoea the appears in the spotlight. Fika huku pia ni vumbi naona. So people are dressing. Me pia bado niko kwa ile mindset yangu ya kitambo. So that's why I was telling you guys I had to also shift. How it influenced me, I was trying to please people. I was such a people pleaser. That was my negative nini.
Okay. I think now, because...
And for you?
So I'm coming. Because I think for me was yangu was a lot. Oh my God. Because now, first of all, where I'm coming from a background and tangu tukue watu. I think first of all, being a boy, there was this whole thing from my home setup with the ghetto. Not my family, because now I'm brought up in a Christian family. But now, once I step outside the door, I am interacting with very totally different people.
Yeah.
The competition is how many ladies can you talk to? Now, who's the baddest in the group? Because si nikiwa mtoi tulikuwa tuna... There was a time I think tulishikiwa dogi tupigane by force na sini mabeshte. So, you are strong based on how many people can you beat down. So ni about we uko fiti mkono aje. So unajua ile mnaweza kwa tu mabeshte. Nyinyi mabeshte mbaya. Lakini bro unaniangalia aje buda. Vurugu imeanza. Literally vurugu imeanza. Unataka aje? Unajua. Like inaanzia tu hapo.
Nema some PS mbaya.
Unakatu unasikia tu gumi uko like bro. Alafu mtapigana kesho mtakutana tena pamoja na kinundu kwa uso. Bro wezi niongelesha hivyo. So there was a lot of vulgar talk when I was growing up. And it felt as if the in thing. But sa blanda nikitoka huko nje, huko ni competition ya nani anaweza ongea vibaya. Nikirudi kwa Kenya, I am meeting with my parents at alarms in Jesus. Wewe jaribu kuongea utatuambia, sema hata kitu mjinga utatuambia ulisikia wapi? My dad will ask you, ushaisikia nikiambia mama yako ni mjinga? Naka unasema sure sijawahi sikia. Wala ushaisikia tukitusiana tuko so yo umetoa wapi?
Alafu wakwambie ushaisikia hata mimi nikikuambia.
Bas. But like kweli sijawahi sikia. Lakini so I think from then on all the things I picked up I think that's why I picked up the whole aspect of living two people as one. Nikikanyaga nje ya mlango, oh my God, niko na nguo na ningoja hapo kwa mlango, nika Batman naingia. Alafu sasa nikirudi kwa nyuma naweka hii kando. Nakuwa very quiet.
Elijah of our time.
Sasa mtu umetoka nje ya nyumba unapigana ukirudi kwa nyumba. So there's also a lot of competition about ladies. Then from the ghetto setup kulikuwa na when we have parties, na tulikuwa naitwa kurombosa then. Don't go search for it. But that was the vulgar side of it. I think Apias talked about kitu naitwa fun day. So I won't mention the school. But I remember that. real. But I remember that time, the people you see, there was something called hall. So fun day is not specifically about that. There are a lot of activities, horse riding, there's face painting. But the hall. So you see, no one wants to do the horse riding in a bow. Once I'm at class 6, horse riding in a bow. Isha bow. Naendesha horse ya kazi gani. Nataka hall. I just keep hearing stories.
As early as
11:30. So ukiingia huko ndani unajua wewe ndio kingpin. Unaona? So there's that whole pressure. I want to be there.
Yeah.
Now at that particular time you're also maturing, umeingia adolescent, inaanza kukusumbua kichwa. Unaona, you're reading science, unataka kuanza ku-experiment. Na mtaani experiments zinafanywa experiment. Si jokes. So that particular time it feels like the in thing. Your friends are smoking, unaona, sawa na smoke na mademo na wataka sana.
And you need you have to get those girls to get that.
I also want to see waoni. Alafu unajua
hawanioni.
You're looking for a specific kind of girls.
Yeah.
Not
all of them.
Not all of them. There's a specific.
That one.
There's
A peculiar.
Peculiar.
Adata mnashanga.
I'm very
So
I've been reading.
you're trying. There are two places. You want to look like certain kind of people, certain kind of boys, and you want to ushaipata. There are those boys that they do the bare minimum. Like
bare minimum
wako.
Carlos wacha.
No, see, calm down.
Do you feel targeted?
Tumefikiwa.
Calm down.
Tumefikiwa is crazy.
So it's like for them they don't put effort to attract people.
Yeah.
Bro, wewe umejituma. Kina kuna mtu anakuona bado. Ama mtu anakuona nyula anakaa mkulta. Bro, unaweza nionyesha maths.
But that's not what I want.
Bro, staki mambo ya maths, achana mambo ya maths.
Manze.
Achana mambo ya
Sasa
maths.
focus yangu ni kuwa na mbio.
Ama kuwa best football na shule because nikiwa there is something I'm getting. No. So that whole pressure, I think in terms of the community, it felt like the good thing. It felt like being that was it. Alafu unajua ukiwa that particular stage, ukijifanya holy Joe kila time ni Bible, unakaa una bo. So even though you come from that family, you don't want to be boring.
Yeah.
So you want to be hard-headed. Because now I remember entering into university. I think I was one of the things tulikuwa nakuitwa guardian. So form 4 wanalala chini wanalala juu. So mimi nilikutana na magadians wenye shule already wako na say.
School fathers.
Bas. So your time first day nimeingia hivi nilikuwa introduce kwa wale wa shule form 4 wenye so time ya school functions nini funky. Watu maform 1 wana struggle nje ya hall. Mimi naletwa naambiwa come. Buda sio time nasema aya kumbe hivi ndio inafili. Ai. Hapa mimi hata struggle kutafuta dem naambia form 1 tumekuletea ongelesha huyu. So hiyo time unakaa hivi unasema umeletewa huwezi ongea. No, so it felt like being in that group unajua bas mimi siwezi guzwa.
Yeah.
No, nataka kuwa part of the wasa wanasumbuanga shule. No. So I think the aspect of communities because there's a way they made it look good. There's a way it has been made to look attractive. There's a way it has been made to look like this is it. No. Because I think hata nilikuwa na pressure kuweka tattoo at certain point. Because I was just like, bro, nilikuwa niweke tribal hapo.
Kwani
Same thing.
Hiyo time nilikuwa
Kwani kila
natembea na
mtu-
vest. Lakini jaribu. So
Nyumba ya nani?
hiyo time sasa kwa nyumba yetu ni mimi na compass. Nikiandika Liz.
Liz, if you're watching.
That's my mom's name.
Liz, if you're watching.
My mom's name.
Liz, where the example.
That's my mom's name.
So, no, kwani mimi pekee nilifanya hizo vitu?
No, let me tell you, me, I used to write like the guy's name in my composition. So, yeah, he used to be the subject of my
Nyinyi mnataka
composition.
kujifanya hapa.
And you guys?
Me. Up to you. Up.
Composition, that's pure intimacy now. Nikutaja in my writing.
Na compass. Kwa desk na
Wait,
compass.
so unakaa hivi, I think I used to draw weird things. So I'm just like, it felt good, but there was that aspect of pain. No. So even the things we saw, because there was specific way they used to dress.
Yeah.
That time tulikuwa na kiatu inaitwa Supra.
Hey, you know, I searched those shoes. After the last podcast, ukisema me, I was lost. Nikaenda kuziangalia. Yo, jamani.
Your time class 4, class 5. Alafu unajua Saturday used to be the day where people wear home clothes.
Bas.
Ai. Nataka kutesa. Now, let me now flip it because now that's the aspect. That's
negative.
what I was pushed into. Now, what are some of the things along the way? This is before the light came. What are some of the things you found yourself picking from the society? Because it's a common thing that society is doing.
Negative or positive?
Negative. We are still at negative.
Okay. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, some of the things that you found yourself doing, and you're just like, let me try doing this. Because if I was to start with that, I think one of the things I made myself do, not just this thing called toxic guys.
Hey, up you,
Mi na
As in now, it's Jacob
mi na
toxic.
Mungu amemtoa mbali. So I was just like, I think that's why I grew up as an nonchalant guy. So I was just like, ushai go heartbreak through ushai go through heartbreak and ujaambiwa no, lakini wewe mwenyewe
You're
umeji-heartbreak.
talking stage.
Yeah.
Yes. So in primary, I convinced myself, boy, you don't look nice.
Hey.
So I entered high school and I was just like, bro,
Uko mbaya.
mbaya. So siri ni gani? So that time I used to read a lot of novels. Vampire novels. So na ukisoma novels, there's a specific way these guys behave. Even as you're watching movies.
Yeah.
Nikajiambia,
Like they don't care.
hii ndio siri. Let me not care. Kwani what I do? So at that time I started behaving in a don't care attitude. And Satan is also a good person. Brought me around friends wenye masters. Unakaa nao unasema nyewe bro hata watu wajitumi. So the best way to learn
Lakini
si
maisha ni kujituma.
wacha nikae na hawa watu.
Kujituma
No.
ni ukweli.
So I looked, just sometimes you look at a group and you're just like, hey, wana suffer. How they have it.
They can make it,
And
and then
they
they
can
can
make
wako.
it. Naona. So kumbe si wote tulikuwa tu group moja tunasaidiana. So every one of us is just we were just nonchalant guys. Like literally that aspect of not caring. Naona. And because unajua that you don't care and you kwanza una notice when I don't care they are coming. Just
Hey.
like wait.
When I care.
When I care all of a
go,
sudden,
they go.
not you. Now, when I don't care, you are coming. Ni kama when you are in a relationship, no one is there.
But
Or when you're in a
when
relationship, they are
everyone
there.
is
When you
there.
don't have anyone,
Hey.
inbox ni dry. Sahara Desert. So at that time, I noticed, so this thing is actually working. So at that time, I began, I think, in my mind, that's what I started gearing my mind to becoming. No, and bit by bit, it began to work. But deep down, there was still a battle. No, but it felt comfortable staying there because this is the in thing. This is apparently what I thought. This is what ladies like. No, because them are like, oh my God, you're a good guy. But call I'm a good guy, but you don't want me. When ni jaba unaniambia, then you're going with my friend who just looks like doesn't care. I'm just like, oh, unanipimanisha wewe. No. And that's kwa nini the issue of girls was a big problem. But anyway, I don't know why. But anyway, so that's one of the things I began picking up. Nona, indirectly, I began picking up. And though I tried convincing myself I still care, deep inside I had become that person that actually, it's like, I really don't care.
Turned off.
Nona.
Yeah.
So Nikika even got like, no, I actually do care, but Nikika like, I really don't.
May I remember, I think what me I picked from society was in high school, because in the school, okay, there's this one specific school I went to, and talking back to the teacher was the it thing. Like, if you know how to talk back to the teacher, when do umefika, like, you've done it. So, like, I used to talk back to teachers a lot. You let the teacher say something, and I always felt the urge to contradict what they're saying, just to make it seem good. Then this thing of talking bad behind people's back and cursing. I remember I picked up cursing a lot because in our house, no one used to curse. My mom never curses. Like, no one used to curse. But you get to school and everyone is cursing, and it sounds like the cool thing to do. It's the new norm. Everyone is doing it. So, it was a struggle. But that was mine.
So,
I think mine was the people around me and even the people I was exposed to on social media were sad. And like, I don't know, nobody was happy. I don't know
Sad.
what spirit that was. Yeah, let me
On
land.
social media.
oh, triple X.
Like, no, like everybody's depressed. Like, oh, this is what I'm going through. Oh, this is my battle with like,
Which
okay,
part of social
the
media was
circle that I was
No, but there was a
exposed
time
to,
it actually.
yeah, it was like being
COVID.
depressed was a cool thing.
It was an in
like,
thing. Even till now,
Mm.
being depressed is the in thing.
like being sad was the intake, but mine was good. Like, I wasn't going through anything, but
But
I was
you-
like,
You're so
hey,
sad.
okay, this is what's going on.
And I'm also sad.
Yeah, it I'm sad. But so somebody would come and be like, are you okay?
And that make sure
They'll
the
be like,
problem is big.
Yeah,
You've
no,
lost your
I'm
pen.
not.
But
And
much as-
then they'll ask me like, oh, what are you going through? I will tell them it's personal, but I'm not going through anything. I just want you guys to know I'm sad. Because everybody around me is sad, and it looks like that's what's up. It's cool to be sad. In fact, if you're happy and satisfied with your life,
You're
you're
the weird
boring. You don't have anything, we don't even have anything to talk to you about. Yeah, that was my thing.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Apsamaju.
I think what I picked was that it's cool to be a bad boy. Yeah, because hata nyinyi mnashangaa. But for real, that's what I picked. Like, it's really cool to be a bad boy because the people I was hanging out with, or rather the friend group that I had, nilikuwa nimeji showcase, introduced. It was, they were bad people. Okay,
Not bad people.
they're not bad people.
They are
Yeah, we
bad
get you. Like, I
characteristics.
get.
But characteristics
Yes.
zao na
Yeah.
zangu kidogo zilikuwa zina differ. You see, because me I want to be known. That's the desire which is in my heart. Until, okay, he had to work on me. But
Hey.
that time I wanted to be known. So I could see that, so people are hanging out with these people because they have this certain type of character. Until I realized that, it's actually even outpouring to how I'm interacting with my parents, you see, and especially the people who are close to me. And they were telling me, umechange. Go like, itabidi mmeadjust. This is the new dawn. This is now my character.
Because
I'm
you
a
don't
bad
actually
boy.
like your name.
Yeah, itakuwa sawa.
No, I was just asking for real.
Oh, for real? Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Oh.
So, and I think currently, I think there's a meme I saw. Najua nowadays wanaambiana, you be you, the world will adjust. Jaba. But now it's the current trend. You just behave how you want to behave, be mannerless, but the world
But
will
I think-
adjust to you.
That statement only makes sense in some ways because find yourself in a positive environment and you have to be you and the world has to adjust to you. But the instances where your characteristics and who you are need to adjust the community and the place you're around. You understand?
Like, for example.
Like, for example, like if you go to school and you're a Christian, you have to be you and everyone around you has to adjust. Like, you as a Christian person, you can't wait to change your Christian ways for everyone to be comfortable.
Oh, okay.
But if you're going, let's say, now if you're in school and then you're always talking bad, you have to change yourself because you're the problem. Quotes, you're the problem. So that now everything you see.
Yeah. But I think now for that, what our generation in terms of that is, we are entertaining certain behaviors and claiming the world will adjust.
Yeah.
Because in our current world is where a small boy or a young person will talk badly to their parents and be like, no, mom, you have to adjust. This is who I am. So we
Yeah.
don't even have honor in its most simplest way. because you're just like, no, you can't tell me. I'll talk to you like this. I'll cuss in front of even. And I'm not saying fake it, but there's a way or the Bible says, do not let unwholesome tongue come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
No. There's a way, if I had decided by that I'm preempting the next episode. There's a way if I held on to the place where, you know what, I'm actually toxic. Yes, it looks like a good thing, but there's a battle within myself where I know whatever I'm doing is not right. No, why am I choosing to be like this to attract people? Same aspect of I want to be known by people. Why don't I become who I am? Even though it's good, even though people take it for granted, let me be that. But I don't want to be in this struggle where I know, you know what, is this me or is this not me? No, my parents are seeing this, my friends are seeing this. Because it even now got to a place where I know I'm doing the wrong thing. Like unajua ile, and unajua most of one of my parents will usually want to know my friends. And that was usually a problem.
Because you know they're
you
not
don't
good
want them to
friends.
Unajua ile design marafiki zako niko like mimi ndio
Wagani.
kingpin. Mimi ndio kingpin hapo katikati. Where are you guys going? We are going to akina nani. Mnaenda tu kudis.
Na msemangi jina.
There are days I lied. Oh my God.
Hey.
Good
If you
Lord.
come across this mom and dad, the Lord has helped me. I know you know. I know you know. So, but those times I'd lie to Nanda too, we're going to discuss. But there, hey, the devil is having a field day. And it felt good because it feels good to be rebellious. No, and I've been brought up in an environment, not from home, but the surrounding, where people are rebellious.
Yeah.
We are rebellious to authority. Man, me, I had a problem with police officers. Like automatically, si ati juu labda tufanya kitu nao, but niko na tu shida na
Unamwona
wao.
tu hivi nasema wewe nikikushika wewe.
Excuse me. Kwa tu like, mi niko na shida tu na wao. Naona from the direct surrounding, they are our enemies. I had a problem with older people telling me, hey bro, unafaa kudivi. Niko like, achana mimi, unaniambia kaa nani. Naona. And that meant even how you speak to people is in a way that is not respectful.
Yeah.
Naona. So I needed to learn a lot of things. And you see, I was learning from young people who are not anything. That's the sad reality. The tendencies we've learned, or maybe because maybe of the kind of music we used to watch, we think those people are things. Because one of the artists we used to follow a lot of those times, kuna moja ametoka jela juzi, because I used to listen to Redeem a lot. So you see, to us, they look like it. No.
Like the goal.
They look like the goal. But in reality, they've not done anything magnificent. Like literally, hakuna kitu wamedu.
Yeah.
Naona, but hiyo time mimi nimejiconvince bro, nataka kuwa hivi. That's what on ghetto, kila mtu anataka kuwa musician. Why? Bro, huyo jamaa alikuwa musician bro, hata
Kuna do.
kuna do baba. But in reality, there's nothing they've done. Naona. And sorry, I think in terms of that is why do you think we hold on to these false identities for a while? And some, you see, in our generation, unaweza pigwa because kola huna niambia hivyo kama nani. This is who I am. Because somebody has actually been convinced that first of all, they are hateful. They just don't like people. And they've held on to it like, bro, this is who I am. So how do you, like, what makes you hold on to that reality?
I think it's a
Sorry, Mims.
You can pick it up. It's okay.
You just start.
Okay, so
That's sweet to see you guys doing that.
Thank the Lord.
I think it's because adjusting takes time, you see, and because you had embodied some type of personality. Now, because that personality was also bringing some form of glory to you, and it was also satisfying a part of you that you are looking for, and then the time that you realize that I'm actually in the wrong place and I should actually be shifting my characters to go to making them become right, you'd feel like, then what will happen to what I was feeling? Like, I do this and I feel this way. And then I know that when I do this, the right thing, okay, it's a good thing to do, but it's not really satisfying that need that you have. And when you actually think about it, because now we can look back and see that fight that we had between us trying to let go of what we were going through and looking at how we are right now, it's easier for us right now to do something which is more viable than doing something that tulikuwa tunafanya kitambo, because right now when you do it, it's by default, you see. But kitambo utakuwa like, I don't think it's gonna satisfy me as such. You see, I think it's just holding on to the glory part of it. Yeah.
Sometimes you're also trying to fill a void within. Like, if you grew up being neglected and then you find this specific type of personality that brings people to you and brings people to not accept you, but you feel like you've made it, you tend to hold on to it because you're like, if I let this go, I've let go of everything. I don't have anyone left. I don't have a life or anything. So you hold on to it thinking, this is all I have. Yet, indeed, it's not even what you're supposed to have. It's not what God has planned for you to have.
So fear of being alone.
Yeah.
I think like to add on to what you've said, I think also it's because sometimes you can make that identity your safe space, and then you feel like letting go of it means that you're no one. For example, I
Exposed.
remember, like I remember when I was trying to do that, when I was trying to leave the old patterns and the old habits that I had behind, and now I'm trying to get into actually what I need to be doing, the pattern of Jesus. I would look at now, let's say people in church, and I would see, for example, something that I really struggle with is if you found the chair at 90 degrees, leave it at 90 degrees. You get like just leave things exactly the way you found it. Like be excellent in what you're doing. So I would find somebody, this person is so saved and they're doing mighty things for God. But for them, the way I would feel if somebody did that to a chair, they don't feel like that. Like them, they're good. Then I would be like, oh, maybe then I need to be like them. Or maybe I need to. It was like, which identity should I take up now after I've shed my old one? Who now should I be? Because who I was, it's not right. I need to pattern. But now, what's my pattern? Yeah.
But I think also, society has made it in a way that there's always something you have to follow no matter where you go. Like if you come, for example, if you go to school, you see this is, even though it's not, it's not right, there's a specific thing that looks right. If you go to a church, you'll see someone who is holier than you in a sense that they have a stronger relationship to God than you. And you feel like, okay, I need to become like that person. Instead of you thinking, let me work on who I am to become what God wants me to be, not what others are already.
All right. So, as you've heard, there are some of us, maybe what we are trying to pick up is we are holding on to the glory because there is glory that comes from being known. There's a glory that comes from people. Manze umse ni mdeadly. There's a glory that comes from people saying, umse ni kichwa ngumu. There's a glory that comes from umse she's a baddie, manze askiangi. There's a glory that comes from umse akona mademu wote.
Badi wasikiangi.
Like unajua kuna siku hizi ni enjoyable huyu anambionga kitu aski. And there's the other part where there's a void you're trying to fill. I think one of the things I learned, we are all trying to fill a void within us. No. And the thing is, whether you accept it, you don't accept it, there's a void you're trying to fill indirectly. But the problem is our generation, we don't want to think. But if you sit down and actually think, you'll realize there's something I'm actually trying to feel.
Yeah.
And so if the more I do this, the more I don't come to that reality of, where am I trying to fill this void with this? No. And there's the aspect of this is what I found happening. But now the question maybe we'll raise and we're raising from this is, why is it what Soap says? Why is it that when we come to church, we raise a lot of questions pertaining to people in church, but we don't raise questions pertaining to the bad things we've seen in society? No. And you can't come out of whatever you're going through if you don't ask questions. Because why am I holding on to being a baddie?
Yeah.
Why am I holding on to be a rebellious boy? Why am I holding on to being the party person? Why am I holding on to alcohol, to drugs? Why am I holding on to this specific identity that I've given to myself? Yes, it's true, you picked it up from somewhere. No, you're just, you might be, let me say you're a victim, but are you really a victim? Because again, you still carry the responsibility to come out of it. So from this, in terms of the negative, because in terms of asking questions, it's not about positive or negative. And maybe in the next episode, we'll talk about the positive impact and what now the Bible has to do with now identity and how we can stay with it. But for this one, the question is, that particular thing you're holding on to, is it really who you are? And from what you're choosing to hold on to it, if you begin to ask the right questions, if you begin to actually question myself, is this all? Like, that's the question. Is this all? Is this who I am actually? Is this who I am? I know you're still going out. I know you see, the thing is, even as you do the negative things, at that particular, I had so many friends, oh my God, and it felt nice. But the truth is, that was not it.
Yeah.
There was still an absence. No, there was still an aspect of emptiness. And niko tu like manze jo ni mbaya hivi. I'd still sleep with people and finish and niko tu like
It's only for
medu.
that moment you feel.
Like
and
sun
then
medu.
ikitoka.
No. And you realize it's just a cycle. So the question is, who told you that whatever you're holding on to is who you truly are?
Who told you?
Who told you?
Who told you?
No. Who told you that whatever you're
Next
truly
episode is
holding on
gonna
to?
be fire. Guys.
So anyway, that has been all for us for this particular episode. Hope you've learned. It's been awesome, and manze, we keep bringing in amazing conversations. And anyway, remember, if you have any requests, if you have any conversations you want us to have here, feel free to send them. And this has been the what? Oh wait,
You have to
Ngoja.
like,
Si ndio,
comment.
sasa hiyo ni-
Hey, I was wondering how do you forget the important part. Guys, don't forget to like,
Comment.
Subscribe.
and share.
Ring the
turn up your
bell.
post notifications.
Jace.
Yes.
And ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring
Ring the bell.
And share to your friends and families. And if you, like Carlos has said, if you have anything you want us to discuss,
But I saw actually there's somebody who commented on one of our other podcasts. They were saying something. We'll address it in the next episode.
I'm
Jace.
comment.
Yeah, comment.
Comment. definitely
Engage
comment.
with us.
All
Jace.
right. So this has been the Who.
Told.
you,
Nani
we're
Alkusho.
back like Mungo.
I know. No, we
It's a
wrap it
rap
up like
Like
Kamoy.
Kamoy.
It's a rap Kamoy.
Bye.
Bye.